So a bit of a long story. I, 23 female, have been going out with my really wonderful 26 male boyfriend for almost 4 years. We live together currently, and we have slowly been drifting apart for almost 2 years. He's out of university and he works a lot for his new job. He says if he does the work now, it'll pay off. The thing is, it really affects him, and I've asked him to try spend more time at home, and when he is home, he's too tired to do anything. Too tired for dinner, movies, dates, even says. As of writing this, we haven't had says in 3 months, and I know none of this is an excuse for cheating. It's just a reason. So after a while into our relationship, I got pretty lonely and started talking to his friend a bit more. Whenever we saw him, I always felt better. And when my boyfriend had to leave the party or pub we were at, I would chat with his friend. A few weeks ago, me and my boyfriend had this huge fight, and I told him exactly how I was feeling, but he said it didn't matter. I think he was just angry, but me being a total fool, I took it personally. We were supposed to go out that night, but he stayed home, and I went out. Unsurprisingly, the other guy was there. We both got drunk and I told him how I was feeling. He was there for me that night. I was incredibly low and lonely at that point, passionate too, and I asked if I could go to his house because I didn't want to go home. I'm sure you can guess what happened next. I stayed the night there, and we had says, foolish drunk says with no protection. I came home the next day, and my BF didn't say anything. Didn't ask where I was. Last week I found out I was pregnant and I don't know what to do. My BF isn't a bad guy. I love him. I understand that this is an incredibly challenging and complicated situation. The truth can be difficult to confront, but honesty and open communication are essential for both you and your boyfriend to make informed decisions about your future. Here's some advice on how to approach this difficult conversation. 1. Choose the right time and place. Find a suitable and private setting to talk to your boyfriend. Avoid distractions and interruptions, as this is a conversation that requires full attention and emotional focus. 2. Be honest and direct. While it may be difficult, it's crucial to be honest with your boyfriend about what happened. Explain the sequence of events and your feelings at the time, taking responsibility for your actions. 3. Tell him the baby is not his. As painful as it may be, it's vital to share the truth about the pregnancy. Let him know that based on the timeline, there is a possibility that the baby is not his. 4. Prepare for his reaction. Understand that this news may be incredibly difficult for him to process. He might react with anger, sadness, or shock. Give him the space to express his emotions and be ready to listen to what he has to say. 5. Apologize and take responsibility. Offer a sincere apology for your actions and the hurt you've caused. Taking responsibility for your mistakes is essential for healing and rebuilding trust. 6. Allow him time to process. After sharing the truth, give your boyfriend time to process the information. He may need space to think about what he wants to do next. 7. Consider couples counseling. If he's willing, suggest seeking professional help together. Couples counseling can provide a safe space to work through the issues and explore the possibilities for the future. 8. Reflect on your own feelings. Take some time to reflect on your own emotions and consider what you want for your future. Seek support from friends, family, or a therapist to help you navigate through this difficult time. 9. Set a plan for the future. Whatever the outcome of this conversation, think about what you want for your life moving forward. Consider the best course of action for your well-being and the well-being of the baby. 10. Learn from the experience. Use this experience as an opportunity for growth and self-reflection. Learn from your mistakes and make conscious decisions to avoid similar situations in the future. Remember that this process will be emotional and challenging for both of you. Be patient and compassionate with each other, and make decisions that prioritize your emotional health and the well-being of everyone involved. Don't lie to him, and especially don't pawn the kid as his "that's paternity fraud." Won't work anyways if they haven't had says in 3 months. At least there is a bright side. He will pay attention to you now by watching you leave. That friend is trash. I understand your boyfriend dismissed your feelings, and he was wrong for that, but still no excuse. Leave your boyfriend and deal with your situation. He's not perfect, but he doesn't deserve this. Also, it's always funny how the SO is so wonderful in a cheating post, and the moment they have a fight, the person cheats. Very common. That's no friend. Textbook punitive cheating. Let your boyfriend go. He's obviously focused on building something bigger and you played it short. Be honest with him and let him go on his way. Update. I thought I'd let everyone know what happened with my story. I am fully aware I have made the worst decision probably, and will get a ton of offense, but it's done now. In April last year, I went to give up my job. I had only told the real father about my pregnancy. We remained on speaking terms, but he didn't want to raise the baby at all. He was, however, willing to support us financially, which he still does. I then told my ex's sister, my boss, that I was pregnant as my reason for leaving, and she knew we had broken up, but not that I cheated, and it wasn't his. I actually hadn't thought it through when I went to tell her, and she then assumed the baby was her brother's. And I was so ashamed/embarrassed, then I just didn't correct her. She keeps me on at the job and gives me light duties, and then immediately tells my ex, her brother, that I'm pregnant with his baby. At this point, he has no idea I've cheated or that I'm pregnant. My ex comes to our work the next day and has had a complete personality change. He is so thrilled he apologized, then we've grown apart and wants me to move back in. This all happens right in the middle of our work with his sister right there, and I again just don't say anything. I agree, and within a week I moved back in. I tried so hard for days to tell him the truth, but I just couldn't work up the courage, and honestly things were just good again. I was honestly raked with guilt all the time, but just couldn't tell him the truth. Days turned into weeks, turned into months. I had my baby, and he was there. He has been there every day since. We are still together, and I have lied to him ever since. When I say this, I know it's difficult to believe. I am kept up with guilt almost every night. It has gotten slightly easier, but it's almost constant. My baby has such a loving and caring father, and he's so happy. I genuinely feel it's too late now to tell the truth, and I've dug myself such a deep hole. If you have a comment or a message, go ahead. I don't know if I want advice, but if you have some, I'll take it. I understand that you are in an incredibly difficult and complex situation, and it's clear that you're struggling with guilt and conflicting emotions. However, it's essential to address the truth sooner rather than later, as keeping such a significant secret can have serious consequences for both you and your child in the long run. Here's some advice on how to approach this situation. 1. Face the truth. Acknowledge that you made a mistake by not being honest about the paternity of the child. Understand that keeping such a secret can lead to more significant challenges and emotional turmoil in the future. 2. Think about the consequences. Consider the potential consequences of not telling the truth. As your child grows older, the truth may come to light, leading to a more significant crisis and emotional distress for all involved. 3. Prioritize your partner's well-being. When you do decide to talk to him to tell the truth, keep your partner's well-being at the forefront of your mind. Understand that this news may be difficult for him to process, and he may need time to heal. Plan how to approach the conversation. Think about the best way to tell your partner the truth. Be prepared for his potential reactions and emotions. Having a calm and honest conversation is crucial. 4. Give him time and space. Understand that healing takes time, and he may need space to process the information. Allow him to take the time he needs to come to terms with the truth. 5. Prioritize the child's well-being. Remember that your child's well-being and emotional health are of utmost importance. Growing up with a false identity can lead to trauma and confusion for the child in the future. 6. Seek professional help. Consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor who can help you navigate through your feelings and assist you in finding the best way to address the situation. 7. Find supportive people to confide in. Reach out to friends or family members you can trust and share your feelings and concerns. Having a support system can make the process of addressing the truth less overwhelming. 8. Take responsibility. Understand that you must take responsibility for your actions and the consequences of keeping this secret. Facing the truth is a difficult but necessary step towards healing and resolving this situation. 9. Consider legal implications. Depending on your circumstances and location, there may be legal implications related to paternity and child support. Seeking legal advice might be necessary in some cases. Remember that revealing the truth may be difficult, but it is necessary for the well-being of your child and for the sake of an honest and authentic relationship with your partner. Taking action now can prevent further complications in the future and allow everyone involved to start healing and moving forward. Stop being a piece of ducking crap and come clean. Damn, people like you want to duck over everyone they meet, but not face the consequences. It's always me here you're talking about being guilt-ridden. If you weren't such a ducking a-hole, you would have no reason to feel guilty. My mother did this to me. I didn't find out who my real father was until my 40s, and I tricked her into telling me because I said I did a 23andMe. I didn't. It ended my identity, and I cut her out of my life for this and many other reasons. You have no right to keep a father from his child. Whatever your reasons, they're selfish. The truth will set you free. You're disgusting. Lying to him and making him believe the child is his is just simply pathetic. The longer you wait to tell him, the worse it will be. Tell him now. Literally spineless. Poor guy, no one will feel sorry for her pathetic actions. What about your kid in all of this? Aren't you at all concerned about their genetics? What do you tell the doctors about his family medical background? This kind of secret never stays secret. You really should tell him and let him decide what he wants to do. This is the one thing that's always overlooked whenever the topic of paternity fraud comes up. There's some serious implications for inaccurate genetic history, hereditary conditions, genetic dispositions to certain diseases and cancers, allergies which could later affect what medications the kid might or might not be able to take. All of them, and then some either kept on the back burner or discarded entirely because the wrong man is on the birth certificate. It's the major reason why I believe DNA tests should be mandatory. In this day and age of ancestry DNA kits, the truth is more likely to come out eventually. While there are men who can look past the lie and continue to be the father to the children, plenty of duped fathers on here have walked away from even grown children and written them out of every facet of their lives because they just can't get past the lie of it all. There's no guarantee he'll be one of those who look past it for the sake of that child. The same with his family. Plenty of times they'll drop the affair baby nibbling out of their lives and wills. There's such a huge risk that after one DNA test, this kid will lose all their family. The kid will needlessly suffer a huge trauma, all because mom cheated and decided to dupe the man seen as their father. Worldwide comments of the day. You can go on no contact unless it pertains to your kids. If it doesn't pertain to your kids, then you don't have to have anything to do with her. Duckin' no chance. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.